Hello, this is Kaki Lee, and welcome to the Abundant Goddess Show, where I'll be sharing daily, bite sized pearls of wisdom I've picked up along my life journey that has allowed me to embrace and unleash my inner abundant goddess. And that's exactly what I want for you, to embrace and unleash your inner abundant goddess. I love talking about anything and everything to do with life, but I especially love talking about money, mindset, and energy, which is the main focus here. If you like what you hear, make sure you subscribe to my show so you don't miss out on your daily dose of wisdom from myself. And also follow me and let me know what you think on Facebook and Instagram at Abundance with Kaki Lee. Now let's get into it. Welcome to the Abundant Goddess Show. I'm back after a few days break to celebrate my 40th birthday. Today I've got a little visitor that wants to say hi.
Hi.
And now she's going to say bye.
Bye.
I just came back from a children's birthday party and I have a face painting for those of you listening on my face, and I wanted a unicorn. So the lady drew me a unicorn and I'm quite happy with it, but my girlfriends have dirty minds. That's all I'm going to say. So tell me what you think. Today's Pearl of Wisdom, let's get back on topic here. Today's Pearl of Wisdom is have a good cry. This morning, at about 3:30, my little one, who's been having a lot of problems with her eczema, woke up, couldn't get back to sleep, just putting cream and everything on her. And then finally she went back to sleep. I was hugging her and everything. And then I had a little cry. I'm just felt like I was a terrible mom, that nothing's going the way that I want it to in the time frame I want it to, even though it all looks great on the outside and things are great. But you have those moments when you wish that things moved along quicker, or you want to be at your destination even though you are just starting. All those things were just coming up to the surface at 3, or actually by that time it was probably about 4:30 in the morning. And I just had a cry because I'm just so exhausted. My husband works away at the moment and it's been exhausting. It's day 8 today, not that I'm counting. And I just feel really tired, and the kids have, of course, been playing up, and I'm wanting to do all these things with my business. And of course, then there's my birthday celebration. It just all kind of came to this point where I just felt that I'm not doing well in any of the things, and I just wanted to have a cry. And as much as people say, oh, you need to stay positive, all that stuff, and that is fine. I'm all about, being positive, but there is a point where it becomes, what I've heard people use this term, toxic positivity. And to the point where they're not feeling the emotions, not feeling the feelings, not feeling the feelings. And I used to be someone that actually suppresses my feelings. So if anything's bad, anything that I don't want to feel, I will just push it down and carry on. But that doesn't work, because what I found is when you suppress your what so-called negative emotions, you also end up not feeling your positive emotions as much. So if you suppress your sadness, your anger, your frustration, you then also don't really know how to feel happy and joyful, because you're not allowing yourself to feel emotions. So I always say to people, have a good cry. If you need to cry, just cry and let it out, feel everything, and just let it pass. Don't give sometimes you don't need to give meaning to why you feel like crying. If you feel like crying, just cry and just let that energy move through you and just let it pass. And then you can move on. The energy that needed to pass through you can move on. And I think this morning I just needed that cry to just let all those things move through me and move on, because a lot of it isn't true. I'm not a terrible mum. Things are going great. I've got my multi-author book coming out, which I'm waiting on the book cover. And so fingers crossed, I'll be announcing it officially in the next 1 or 2 days. And my, coaching has been going great. And it's just like, there's so many things that are going great. My relationship with my husband is great. My relationship with my kids are great. My relationship with my parents, my siblings, my friends are great. My podcast is going great. Everything is going great. But I just felt like I needed to have a cry, because at that point I felt like I was a terrible mum, because I did get grumpy at my child waking up at 3:30 and crying and being uncomfortable, and just no matter what I was doing, nothing seemed to work. So I felt like a terrible mum, and I was, all these things, and it just all got to me at that time in the morning. So that's me today. I just wanted to remind you that it's okay to have a cry. Don't feel ashamed. Don't feel like is a bad thing to cry, because crying just helps you to just release so much of that energy, that blocked up energy. It just allows it to just come out and release. Is that release, that feeling of release is like, oh, finally, that block, that feeling, it's gone. Or now I can process it. Or, it really depends on why you're crying and all that. But crying definitely is this emotional release, and it just makes you feel so much better afterwards. So if you need a cry, I am rooting for you to just let it all out and just have that ugly cry if you need to, and just let everything that is blocking you or being pent up inside you to just be released out there and not come back. And that's the end of the show. Please share this episode with anyone that needs a reminder to have a good cry. If you like what you heard, make sure you subscribe to my show, and remember to follow me over at Facebook and Instagram at Abundance with Kaki Lee to connect with me and let me know what you think of the episode. Lastly, if you are interested in working with me or learning from me, send me a DM on Facebook or Instagram, or email me at hello@kakilee.com.